Hi there, Life Groups. This is a Life Group video for week beginning September 29th, 2025. And we're in a series at the moment called the Jesus Revolution. And this week we looked at equality. And we saw how our culture believes in equality, but it doesn't really have a great narrative or story to explain that. And we saw actually the good story, the God story, is that God has created us equally. In Genesis 1, we can read about that. That we are also all equally fallen. We've all fallen short of the glory of God. And we are all equally offered forgiveness through Jesus. Then we looked at the story of the Canaanite woman in Matthew 15:21-28. And we saw that the disciples wanted rid of this woman, send her away, for she keeps crying out after us. And we saw some of the racial tension between Jews and the Canaanites. And then we saw that actually it appears initially from the story that Jesus agrees with them. He says to this woman, "It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." But really what he's doing is exposing and redirecting some of the disciples' hearts. And so we see finally that he welcomes the woman and teaches the disciples. He says, "Woman, you have great faith." So here are some questions for you. Why don't you read Genesis 1 verse 26-27 and then the story in Matthew 15:21-28 and ask these questions. What does it mean to be created in God's image? And how should that shape the way we view people who are different from us by nationality, status, ability, or belief? Where do you see this belief challenged in our culture today? And how should the truth that we are equally created, equally fallen, and equally offered forgiveness shape the way we treat people who are often gotten rid of or overlooked? I hope that's helpful.